A story of healing, divine timing, and forgotten love. They say grief makes you forget how to live. But for Vaidehi, it had also made her forget how to feel. Once, she was the most spirited woman in town, a music teacher, a poet, a dancer. But after her husband, Arjun, disappeared during a pilgrimage 20 years ago, and her daughter blamed her for it, Vaidehi had folded into herself like a letter that never opened. She lived quietly in her wooden cottage, surrounded by memories and silence. Every day was the same until that day. The envelope sat in her lap for a long time. Her fingers traced the words "for you" over and over, as if afraid the ink might vanish. It couldn't be Arjun. It shouldn't be Arjun. He would vanished in the Himalayas 2 decades ago. Nobody was found, only rumors that he would left voluntarily, tired of marriage, of responsibility. Even her daughter Arohi, now living in London, believed it. You pushed him away, Ma. You never understood his silence. Arohi had screamed the last time they spoke. That was 5 years ago. And now this letter, smelling faintly of jasmine and winter mornings, with her husband's unmistakable handwriting. She opened it. The paper crackled like old memory. If you are reading this, I am already gone, Vaidehi. Maybe not in the way the world thinks, but I couldn't live without telling you the truth. There are things I never said, and mistakes I couldn't undo. But what happened to me was not what they think. I never left you, Vaidehi. I was taken, Arjun said. Her breath caught. Taken? She stared at the words. Every instinct told her to burn the letter. But something stopped her. Divine timing has a rhythm of its own. She read further. The pages revealed what no one had known. Arjun hadn't abandoned her. He had been part of a spiritual expedition organized secretly by a reclusive monk from Tibet. They sought something called the Shabd Mandir, a mythical temple where time is said to stop and the soul hears its true calling. Arjun had left Vaidehi a letter back then too, but someone had intercepted it. They said if I returned, others would suffer. I had to choose between you and hundreds who might find peace. I chose silence. I chose sacrifice. But I thought of you. Every moment. I carried your picture through every storm, Vaidehi. If this letter reached you, it means destiny allowed me to finally speak. Forgive me, please, your loved Arjun. The next day, Vaidehi's quiet life began to unravel. The post office swore no such letter had been processed. Her old friend Rohini confessed that 20 years ago she was the one who stopped Arjun's last letter. I loved him too, Vaidehi, in silence. And when he left, I thought it was my chance. He asked me to deliver the letter. I couldn't give you, Rohini answered. You stole my life, Vaidehi whispered. No, Rohini replied. I delayed your truth, but destiny, it has its own clock. That night, unable to sleep, Vaidehi looked at Arjun's letter again, and this time noticed something. A number etched faintly behind the paper, a Himachal number. She dialed it. The man answered. This is the monastery of the Snow Lotus. Who are you looking for? Her voice shook. Arjun Sharma, he wrote to me a letter. There was a long pause. We knew this day would come. He left something behind for you. A week later, she boarded a bus to Spiti Valley. The journey felt like peeling off layers of grief. Each mountain she passed whispered a memory. Every snowfall seemed like a kiss from a past life. At the monastery, a monk handed her an old leather-bound journal. It was Arjun's, filled with poems, songs about her, drawings of their old garden, pages and pages of letters never sent. He waited here, every full moon, thinking maybe you would come. But when he fell ill, he gave us this and said, "Give this to Vaidehi when the time is right." Tears flowed. He hadn't left her. He had loved her in silence. He had sacrificed everything, and now the universe had brought it all back. When Vaidehi returned home, she wasn't the same woman. She reopened her music school. She sent Arohi copies of the journal. One night, Arohi called, weeping. "I blamed you for years, Ma, but it wasn't your fault. You lost him just like I did. I'm coming home soon." Months passed. The town watched as Vaidehi bloomed again. Not because she got closure, but because she forgave the silence. And in forgiving, she found self-worth. On the anniversary of Arjun's death, another letter arrived. Same handwriting, same ink, but this one was dated last month. "Vaidehi, you came. I knew you would come. But there's more you must know. I didn't die, not then, not even now. I was saved, and I have been waiting, watching over you." Turn around, Vaidehi. Vaidehi had stopped. She turned to her garden back. An old man stood there, leaning on a cane, eyes filled with tears, holding a jasmine flower. It was him, Arjun, alive. They say destiny is a circle, and sometimes it bends back to where the soul first belonged. Vaidehi's story wasn't about abandonment. It was about faith, about divine timing, and how love, when true, always returns. Even after 20 years, even after silence, or even after death. Because healing isn't about forgetting pain, it's about finding truth in it.